Hi Taurus, and welcome to your October 2021 general reading. So thank you for all the support you gave me last month. I really appreciated it. It's what keeps me going. And there's links below to my website, and I have done a PayPal link if you want to donate to the channel. But listen, just you turning up and liking and commenting. But if you feel you'd like to, I'd much rather meet you for a coffee, but unless you're in Brighton in the UK, that's probably not going to happen. But mostly thank you for all the support you gave me. So two Lenormands, you got the mask and then you got the ship. The mask is a funny old card. It quite often represents our, the mask we have to show to the world. So the persona, sometimes it's about the mask we have to show when we're in a work situation. Some of you might be dealing with a situation, it can be other people wearing masks, so you can be dealing with someone who's been deceptive. It can be, I'm going to put it out there, but you're moving away from it. Look, I love this card. The ship, it's like off I go into my new adventure and my new world. So some of you might be leaving behind a situation where there was falsehood. The mask isn't always falsehood though. It's like when we turn up for certain situations, we all need to wear a mask. But it might be you've been dealing with someone who's been fake, okay? Or you've been dealing with a situation where you've had to feel a little bit, like not being authentically who you are. I don't think there's any greater gift in the world than being authentic. And as most Taurus I know, I love them because they're so authentic, by the way. So I find you a very authentic sign. So this might be dealing with someone else who's wore a mask, or you've had to step up in a very professional role and sort of hide who you are a little bit. But whatever it is, you're off, you're flying. You're flying off to a new adventure. This card is so light. It's so like, whee, off I go, moving on, moving away from whatever, because sometimes the mask can be suffocating. It can be quite suffocating to be who you're not. And God, is it suffocating to be with people who are not genuine. I think as an earth sign, it's even more because you have almost this animal instinct about what's right and wrong for you. And listen, Taurus, we all learn the hard way. We all learn it through, now I know what that red flag was. We all learn it that way. So we whatever it is, we put it down and we move on and we go, lesson well learned. But sometimes that mask is going for an interview. It can be anything, but I'll pull the cards to see if we get any more clarity about what's going on. So yeah, where are we? Mars and Libra, Venus and Scorpio. So it's in your opposite sign. Opposites attract. In fact, it tends to be oppositions and squares that bring people together. So what you want is the Lion. The gift is the Page of Swords. There's some news coming your way. The challenge is the Four of Cups. So not feeling emotionally dynamic. Pick up the cup. King of Wands in your relationships. That's interesting. The King of Wands is a very passionate card. So there might be a Leo for some of you. But the King of Wands doesn't act. Four of Cups, the same. So there's a cup there. There's something showing up for you. But you're not, look, no one's picking the goddamn cup up. King of Wands is like, if this is a person or a dynamic in your relationships, there's almost sizzling level of chemistry, but not always acting on it, which can be incredibly frustrating and incredibly tense. Money and work, you get a Knight of Pentacles. And then you get the Queen of Wands at a soul level. Ooh. The hot couple. Then you get the Three of Swords. Don't worry about the Three of Swords. We'll find out what it... that's interesting. Followed by the Page of Cups. But you've also got the Ten of Wands here. So I'm going to tell you a little story, Taurus. The journey of life. By the time we get to in our 20s, some people are old souls and they have it by the time they're 14. We're all the Ten of Wands, yeah? All the... just all the garbage we've picked up, all the masks I've had to wear, the oppressions. So once we drop these Ten of Wands, we become the lion, that roar, that living true to our authentic self, yeah? And then our heart becomes pure and open again, willing to take risks, willing to love. Look at your outcome. You God, by God, Taurus, what are you on? This is a willingness to be... Love takes incredible vulnerability, doesn't it, really? To put your heart, to be open, takes incredible vulnerability. And this is the journey for some Taurus of opening up the heart again. That Ten of Wands might have been dealing with someone who wears a mask, and that's the wands that need to be dropped. But what you want to be again, to start your reading, you want to be the lion again. So to be the lion is to live your life through your heart. Yeah, true to oneself. It's the Aquarian age, and I'm not a mad, at anything. I'm a shadow therapist, by the way. I deal with everything that blocks the person. It's my soul's purpose, by the way. So, but the age of Aquarius is Aquarius and Leo. So it's an authentic life, living through your heart. Stunning, by the way. And that's what you're looking for. So you don't want to wear any mask anymore, basically. You want to move past that. The gift is a Page of Swords. There's some news coming your way. And that news is supporting you in living authentically and true to your heart. I'm going to have a peek. What's the news about? What's the news about for Taurus? It's about a relationship. Look. So this might be about communication, something like that. But look, Four of Cups, card of inertia. Now, I don't like that word. I guess, don't remember, I'm a shadow therapist. So the shadow of Taurus is inertia. Are you okay if I say that? You're not going to shout down there. We've all got a shadow. I'm an Aquarius. My shadow is dissociating, off the planet I go. So we all have them. But this is, there's a cup being offered here, but there's not a lot of emotional drive to do it. Mars is in Libra. It's not the most, it's not the most driven energy. But you're just staring at this cup. And here we go again. King of Wands. So the King of Wands is one hell of a passion and attraction. Could be a Leo, could be a fire sign, or it's the chemistry. So this might be your chemistry, might be someone you attract, might be someone else's energy, but it's hot. I mean, it's so hot that, that attraction when it's actually tense, and it's squares and oppositions that attract. That's what creates sexual chemistry. And that's why, sometimes when the chemistry's gone, the relationship fizzles out because the square's been dissolved. So there's an awful lot of attraction showing up for you. Some of you, this is definitely a Leo because of here. Now, let me carry on. Money and work, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So, very slow moving card. Can be a little bit frustrating for people, but it moves. It's moving. It is moving. It's almost like snail pace movement. The positive side of it is you've got the Pentacles in a Pentacle house, which means there's movement, very, very slow, but it's there. And the Taurus, see, to tell you the truth, between now and Christmas, we're in the potential for accelerated growth at a personal level, especially throwing off those 10 wands. It's going to become harder next year, so it's a very important time. If there's no wolves at your door, try not worry. And I really, really mean that, because there's so much opportunity in different areas of our lives. And honestly, I said that to someone yesterday, or the wolves at your door, and they just smiled, and I said, well, just leave it for now. Do what you need to do. Don't fall into worry. And this is clearly a reading about becoming authentic. It's almost a reading of it claiming back your heart, your roar. And it's really weird. I think you're my fifth reading. I think Virgo got a similar reading about wanting to roar. And I think Capricorn got it. So all the earth signs are getting a really similar vibe. Throwing off the shackles, the oppressions, and breaking through. And because you've got Uranus in your sign, it's trying to help you do that. The Queen of Wands at a soul level. Look, this is a couple. It doesn't feel like anyone's doing anything though. It's okay. The attraction's build. I mean, I don't think you could get much more attraction building than that. I want to go to the outcome. This is a fascinating outcome. So what you want is to live by your heart. You then get the Three of Swords. We're not going to worry about the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a swords card. It's a set of belief systems that pierce the heart. So, you know, oh, my back's sore, and I'm like, oh, I'm just taking out the swords that someone stabbed in my back. We all have them, Taurus. It's universal. We've all had those swords stabbed in our back, and it becomes a problem when it becomes a set of belief systems that stop us from living authentically. Please be authentic to yourself, Taurus, because if you're authentic to yourself, you give me permission to be authentic to myself. And that's how the world is going to change. It ain't going to change because the governments are going to change the systems. It's going to change through us being true to our own soul. And then, look. So what they say is you start off as a camel, you become the lion, and then the heart becomes open. I mean, they say it's like the child, but not the child in a child in a I'm not carrying the stuff of the past anymore. I'm willing to take risks unless there's a red flag, Taurus, because if anything, of any sign, you possess this incredible sensory knowing, yeah, of, and it's almost animal-like, of knowing what's right for you and what's not right for you. And if you think about it, most of those Three of Swords were at times when actually maybe the red flag always was there. So you put down these 10 wands and you become, I know I say it, I mean, probably my favourite cards, definitely the Tower. I love the Tower card. And I love the Aces and the Pages, because they are like the ship. They are like walking forward to a new chapter without wearing a mask. Because see, when you're authentically yourself, Taurus, we're still going to meet idiots in our lives, but we don't need to give them our number, because you have this sense of high self-esteem and high regard, and they just get to fly off. They just get to go and cause mayhem to someone else. It's literally people who have just not dealt with their stuff. I'm going to pick you another card, because there's... Give me one more card about relationships. Yeah, you get the Lover's card. Taurus, I'm not quite sure what to say here. It's an absolutely stunning reading. Yet there's work to be done. And honestly, I've been saying it, and I'm repeating myself again, because I cannot make the point any more clearer. Between now and I think it's December the 23rd, the universe is so on our side to make changes, to break through. Yeah. And after that, it's going to get harder. This seems to be breakthroughs in maybe people that you've dealt with who wore a mask. It might be situations where you have to wear a mask and a job that you don't like. But I think for most of you, this is a relationship dynamic. And we all have swords in our back. You know, like things like shamanism. You know, people go for shamanistic healing. It's not what I do, something different. They tend to take the swords, the swords that have been put there by other people out of us. So we're free to live our lives again. You don't need to go for a shamanism. We just need to be authentically true to our own self. And if you're open to some sort of work, then you do it. If not, there's not much you need to do, Taurus, I think, apart from be absolutely straightforward and real and trust that Taurus energy, which is the energy of instinct, and guide it and following it. I am absolutely, I do read for a few Taurus, and I can't wait to hear from you all. It's brilliant. I love it. It's almost like throwing off the camel, becoming the lion, and that's it. You're free. Your heart's open again. Anyhow, Taurus, I have to go. Again, links below. And guys, if you can, it's just a suggestion. Your comments are just as equally valuable to me. So much love, guys. Bye.